temperatures to continue to come down. Once again, we are targeting a soft splashdown in the Indian Ocean off the northwest coast of Australia. We can see these beautiful views of planet Earth coming in. Yeah, this is very different where we had nighttime views of the ship as it was re-entering. And now we've got daylight. It is about an hour or so after sunrise there in the Indian Ocean. So pretty cool to see this.
Yeah, and it might not seem like it makes a huge difference, but we do get a little bit more light on ship as well for the camera views that we have, which is very beneficial for us to visually see anything and try and correlate that to any of the sensors or data that we have on the vehicle.
Exactly. That is why we shifted our launch window so that we could have that daylight in order to improve our observations of the vehicle. So not only are we getting all the raw data from all the sensors that are on board Starship, but we also have multiple cameras and assets out there that are watching the vehicle and will also be able to tell us with this visual story that is also very, very important.
And as we get down a little bit lower, the Raptor engines are in their chill phase right now, so just essentially getting them primed to turn on. We're going to use those 3 center engines to do a landing flip and then a landing burn. So we'll come down kind of in that slightly pointed down belly flop and then fire off those engines to flip us around and then do that final landing burn. That should be coming up in just a little over, just under 5 minutes from now.
You guys hear me? Check.
Some call outs on
For some reason my PC rebooted.
Again,
This has been hell today.
Keep a close eye on the flaps. They're going to be working overtime essentially to maintain control of the ship as we get a little more aggressive with this.
We can see that we are beginning.
Starship has passed maximum entry.
We got a hot red spot on the left here on the flap.
Call out there, but we can see on this view here that we do have some heating there on that looks like one of the forward flaps on Starship. This is to be expected. We knew that the vehicle would perform differently than what we had seen on Flight 5. This is actually really good data because it tells us what parts of the vehicle at this, what will soon be a higher angle of attack once we drop down below the speed of sound. We'll have a higher angle of attack, meaning we're going to be flying nose down, basically. So yeah, this is good news, but we can actually, looks like that heating is starting to cool off there.
Yeah, it's a little burn through. Again, it is important to note when we start seeing that through the ship's descent as well. So like Kate was saying, we're getting some really good data here. It looks like the other flaps are doing a little better.
Such an awesome view above the clouds.
Some good news. Again, constantly watching. We've got a couple minutes until we're expecting to make it all the way back down to Earth.
Exactly. And like we said before, we are not expecting to recover the ship, although that would be great. It would be a nice bonus if it happened, but it's not really in our expectations today. We really want to push the hardware, as we've been saying, but really the telemetry and the data and the video that we receive all the way to the end is truly what we're looking for and will help inform the future designs of this vehicle.
We can see some flap movement as the camera is moving around. That's what you're seeing there is the flaps adjusting. And we have a camera on one of the flaps there this is the view that you're seeing there. And you can also see the graphic in the bottom.
Starship is slowing down past Mach 1.
And call-outs aligning with this. You can see the orientation of the vehicle starting to change. You can follow that graphic at the bottom of your screen. Again, that is why those flaps are changing. They control the orientation of the vehicle.
Yeah, there are 4.
Go ahead,
Starship has started the subsonic belly flop, remains on a good trajectory.
I was going to say this is when things will start to get a little interesting. So this is when we're moving slower than the speed of sound. You can see that nose slowly start to tip down. And we're going to try and maintain flap control the whole way. But we are just a couple minutes away from hopefully doing a landing flip. landing flip and landing burn if the flaps can hold together.
Yeah, this is such a cool view. This reminds me of when we first performed the belly flop maneuver on the high altitude test with serial number 8. We saw the ship come back through, and I always wondered what it looked like from the ship's perspective, and this perspective, I think, helps inform that. We will be, as Dan said, we will be dipping down a little further and really be flying nose first. This higher angle of attack, we're intentionally doing it to stress those aft flaps, and that will help inform the limits of flap control in order to collect data for future landing profiles.
I've not seen that, Miss Reza.
I mean, we're looking good so far. We've just got about 5 kilometers in altitude to go.
I might have seen
we'll ignite the
a few
engines.
episodes of
We're
that.
still just a couple hundred meters over the ground, do that flip.
Starship is
and
passing
landing
through
burn.
5 kilometers altitude, remains on a good trajectory.
All right,
I have a feeling this is going to look so
Look at this.
cool as it
It's gonna look
passes
so
through
cool.
the clouds.
Going through the clouds.
Obligatory shout out to the entire avionics team on Starship.
And there's that nose down orientation.
Now the
This is so awesome.
Raptor engines will relight and help flip the booster back up. This
coming
is a more
down.
severe flip given the orientation. The engines will shut down prior to the water making impact, prior to the vehicle making impact with the water.
Our ship is doing great so far.
Relight.
There's those engines relighting.
Relight.
What
Flip
a
up,
great
flip up.
reorientation by Starship.
Oh, look at the live view. There it is.
Down
There it
to
is.
2, into the water.
Starship has landed.
Nice.
Wow.
And we have ship
So cool.
splashed down in the
There it goes.
ocean.
There it is.
Some awesome buoy cam action.
Buoy
here.
cam action.
Daylight views.
Incredible. We really pushed the limits on shipping and made it all the way back down to Earth.
I am shocked, to be honest. I think many folks are. The fact that it survived all the way through while flying a lesser gen heat shield is just absolutely incredible. And
looked
turns
awesome.
out the vehicle had more capability than our calculations predicted. And that is why we test like we fly.
Exactly why we do that. And those views were absolutely incredible to watch. Because of Starlink, we were able to get the views all the way down, as well as the buoys, seeing ship touchdown in daylight.
So cool. So cool. Now, we want to, unfortunately, wrap up the show.
Yeah, exactly. We'll say congratulations to our teammates at SpaceX.
It's
and to
bananas.
everyone who supported the
It is
Starship
bananas.
program. And thank you to all of our future customers for your support.
We'd also like to thank the people of Cameron County, Texas, as well as the Coast Guard, the Federal Aviation Administration, the Government of Mexico, and the Australian Space
Wow.
Agency.
All right.
Now,
See if I can get back
be
to
sure to
what happened there.
Hey guys, I could take it from here. That was just incredible to see that splashdown. As you said, thanks to everybody that took such a huge part in this. Everybody here at Starbase that's worked on this.
All right. I don't have any music here because I didn't turn on everything back when my stupid PC rebooted for whatever reason. But yeah, that was awesome. Oh, I mean, we didn't get the catch of the booster back at the pad, but we got some amazing views of Starship landing in the ocean. That was pretty insane. Really awesome. Yeah, like I said, like they were saying, that's a last generation, like a lot of their stuff is last gen. So their spaceship or Starship Launch 7 will be the new generation Starship, Block 2. I think that's what they're calling it. So it's going to have all new stuff on it and paving the way for that, for just proving out all the tech to get our ass to Mars, as they say, in 2026. So, with that, guys, I'm going to take a little break. I should be back in 2 hours for our normal live stream. So, yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in, joining me for this. Also, thanks for, yeah, like, putting up with my technical problems. Had not only a computer reboot, but a power outage during our stream. So, yeah, thanks a lot for that. Wherever it is you may be watching, if you're watching on X, guys, we have like almost 40 people on X watching this. I don't know if they're all bots. If you're a real person on X, hey guys. I'm not sure if you're real, but if you are, thanks. But yeah, I know you guys are real everywhere else, so thanks. And we'll come back in a couple hours, okay? Thanks, guys. Fucking